Hi there, welcome back. I'm really excited because today's the day that I finally start to add the embellishments to the sunset dress. So the sewing's done, the construction's done, our base sunset colour's done, so now I can add all the pretty bits on top. So the idea of these black flowers was inspired by the plants in my mum's garden that I see in front of the sunset. So some of them are tall plants and flowers that grow up that you see. My mum's got a lot of trees, so when you watch the sunset from the trees you get the branches of the trees sort of coming down in front of the sunset. So that's where the inspiration for these embellishments has come from. So I've got these two different types of black floral lace. I got the last pieces of both, unfortunately, so I can't link you to where I got them from. They both came from AliExpress though, so if you go onto AliExpress and search black floral lace or black floral mesh, you should be able to find something similar, hopefully. I've got 1 yard of this one, which is, it's got beautiful little crystals in the middle of the flowers, and it's got some beads on already, and it's really sparkly. So that's going to be sort of more for the details because they're smaller flowers. And then I've got 4 yards of this one, which has got these beautiful big 3D flowers on, and it's got some little black, I think they're just plastic beads, but they just add a nice texture to it. So they're going to be mainly around the bottom for these ones, sort of scattering up, and some up here. And then I'm going to go back round and fill in with these sort of smaller ones to create the details that I want. To create the shoulder straps here, I've got some black elastic, and I'll probably use, there's some big bits of tulle that will be offcuts from when I cut these flowers out. So I'll probably cover the elastic in the tulle, and then I can sew the flowers straight onto it. To create these little drapes here, I've got this bag of tiny black faceted beads, which I've had in my stash for years. I bought them online in bulk from, I think it was Panda Hall, the website. They're actually really cheap if you buy them in bulk, and they're really sparkly for glass beads. They're really sparkly. So I'm going to use those on these arm bits and probably on the necklace as well. Then I've got a whole load of different sizes of black flatback crystals. See them sparkling, which I'm going to add in with the flowers, and maybe even sort of around some of the flowers as well for some more sparkle. Then I've also got these AB champagne flatback crystals, and I'm thinking they might look quite pretty coming up the dress here, just to add a little bit more sparkle. And I think that rainbow colour is going to pick up the colour of the dress, whichever colours I put it on. If I put it on the sort of more orange bits, it's going to pick up more orange colours in there. I think they're going to look really pretty and just add that little extra bit of sparkle, because you know I like sparkle. So the black crystals and these crystals, they're from AliExpress. I'll put the link in the description. They're not expensive, but for the price they're really sparkly. Then I also have some clear Swarovski crystals. So these ones are genuine Swarovski. So these are like the sparkle bomb. They're just incredible. And these, I'm not going to use many of these, but I'm going to put some of these on the darkest blue parts of the body, just to be like the stars in the sky when you first start seeing those stars come out at night. So they're just going to be my little scattering of stars on the very top part of the bodice. I'm going to be using my E6000 Fabrifuse and my little wax pencil to put all the crystals on with. I'll show you in more detail when it comes to doing that part, how I do that. I'm probably going to split this embellishment video into maybe 3 or 4 videos so you can see exactly what I do. Yeah, so I've got my beads, my crystals there. I've got a whole load of long pins ready to pin the laces onto the dress. So these are the pins I use pretty much for everything. They're the So Easy glass-headed pins. They're 44mm long, and because they're glass-headed pins, there's no worries about them melting if you're ironing anything. There's nothing worse than ironing and then a plastic-headed pin leaves a blob of plastic on what you've been working hard on. So they're quite expensive. I think they're about $10 for a pot that size, but worth it. I'm going to be hand sewing all of the appliques on. So I've got this black Gutermann thread and needle. Good quality thread, again, is worth the money. It makes life a lot easier when you're sewing. So I've got that. And then I've just got these small, really sharp little scissors for cutting the lace out with. I buy these in my local fabric shop there. I think they're about $5 or $6 a pair because they're super pointy. They're great for cutting lace. So that's everything I need to get started. Yeah, like I say, I'm going to split this video into 3 or 4 so I can show you in detail what I'm doing. So in this video I'm going to show you how I cut out this lace and pin it all on. And I'm also going to be doing some Q&A sessions while I'm doing the hand sewing. So if you've got any questions for me, leave them below and I'll do my best to answer as many as I can over the next couple of videos after this one. So the first job I'm going to do is cut out some different panels from this lace just to make it easier to put on where I want it. So I'm literally just sort of cutting around. I'm not going right in because it will make it too small. Just kind of cutting around the edge like this and cutting the excess tulle away. But I'm not worrying about going right in because it's not really going to notice once it's all on there. Like these leaves, I'm sort of cutting up to the ends. I'm not going right in between there. So you can sort of see there's gaps in between the different bits of embroidery on here. So I'm just sort of cutting it into those shapes, and then once they're cut out I can pin them onto the dress. So there's our first applique ready to pin on. So I'm going to go ahead and cut out this whole piece and then I'll be back to show you how I'm going to pin them onto the dress. Okay, it's taken about 3.5 hours, but I've got all of the pieces of this lace cut out now. So what I've done now is I've put my dress back on the dress form over the petticoats. I've got my initial drawing put on my mirror. And I'm going to pin these on using my original design as a guide for where to put them. Okay, so here's where I'm up to with the pinning of the flowers. I've still got a few left spare, and I might rearrange some of these. I'm actually going to walk away from it for today and come back and look at it tomorrow. Sometimes you look at something for so long it's hard to make good judgments. So, but I'm pretty happy with how it's looking so far. I think it's kind of hard because you want it to look evenly uneven, so I want it to be balanced, but I don't want it to be symmetrical or have them all lined up in a row. I haven't made the straps yet. I've just pinned a few on the shoulders, kind of where the straps are going to go, and I've got the other lace to add as well, which is going to add that extra sparkle, plus I'm going to add the crystals through it too. I might even do a few just leaves scattered as well, but I'm not sure it needs them or not. I'm not sure about this bit on the bust as well. I might change that too, but yeah, for now I need to just step away from it and then come back in the morning and look at it again. So in the next video I'm going to make the straps, and I'm going to cut and pin the other lace on, and I'm going to start sewing it, and I'll show you how I'm going to sew it on. And then in the videos after that, either 1 or 2 videos will be me working on this plus my Q&A. So if you've got any questions for me, just leave them in the comments. And yeah, I'll probably fiddle with these a little bit yet, but overall it's giving the look that I'd imagined when I first designed this dress. So thanks for watching, and I'll be back soon with the next part.